Hello folks, welcome to Legacy IS. In today's video, we're looking at a very interesting topic. Cholas, were they Hindus or not? Or if so, or if they were not, who exactly were these Cholas? See, when I say Cholan dynasty, Cholan empire, okay, the timestamp ranges back to somewhere around 9th century to somewhere around 13th century. Okay, now the time can be disputed. You cannot claim this is the particular point they began, this is the particular point they end. Okay, now amidst that point of time, okay, when you say Cholan empire, one thing it will come to your mind is temple architecture. They have so many temples built, which was historical marvels, architectural marvels. Okay, they are included even in your UNESCO's World Heritage Site. Is the name and glory behind Cholan Empire. Now, when that is the case, when we say associate temples, we say, yeah, Hinduism, right? If that is the case, why are we talking that we said Cholan Empire has been created Dravidian architectural wonders? Okay, Dravidian style of architectural wonders when they are created. Why are we debating around the topic whether they were Hindus or not? Okay, now just because they built temple does it mean they are Hindus? Okay, what does Hinduism entail? Okay, that will be the matter of debate today. And also as to why now, as we said, it is somewhere happening around 9th century. Okay, this existence was 21st century. But why are we discussing the relevance? What happened? What issue came up that we are discussing, and we are ranging back to that time. Okay, let's have a look at that. Now, when we come to territorial rule, before we begin Cholas, okay, they were a dynasty in the southernmost states of India. The power of concentration was in the southernmost states. Now, look at the map, it says here Cholan territory, direct influence or direct seat of control of Chola power was in the southern states. Alright. Now, when we say they were in the southern states, but we see also their association in the Malay Peninsula, Sri Lanka, okay, thus indicating their influence was spread there. Okay, direct seat of control was in the southernmost states of India, whereas their influence was spread over even to Southeast Asia. Okay, thus giving them and earning them the title Imperial Cholas. Understanding? What is the name they get? Imperial Cholas. Probably the strongest dynasty. Okay, probably one of the strongest dynasties that we have seen in the southern regions. Okay, apart from that, Cholas are known for, see, yes, we know they're known for temples, architecture, art, bronze, etc. One other thing, see, when you take India as a geographical figure, okay, one thing that comes into mind is our advantage being a peninsula. Alright, no such strong kingdoms or no such strong dynasties have effectively utilized the system of our peninsula. Okay, if the concept of navigation or advantageously using the peninsula, okay, was given, that was your Cholas. They used navigation effectively and efficiently. Okay, if one such kingdom we have to say in ancient India or ancient history, we can say with respect to navigation it would be Cholas. Why exactly is this topic in news, whether Cholas are Hindus or not, is because of this news. Look at the news article. See, now they released a movie called as Ponniyin Selvan, which is apparently based on a Cholan king, a Hindu. Certain factions claim that Cholans were not Hindus, rather they were Shaivans. At that point of time, okay, southern India was having something called as Shaiva, Shiva worshippers, or Alvars or Vishnu worshippers. Okay, Nayanars being Shiva worshippers, Alvars being Vishnu worshippers, and Cholas come under Shaivas or Shiva worshippers. You cannot club them under Hinduism. Okay, there's certain more controversy further telling. The Britishers who came to India did not know to differentiate, so they clubbed it all and called it Hinduism. But you cannot blatantly, okay, you cannot blatantly call the Cholas as a Hindu king. Okay, that is the controversy surrounding the movie. Okay, and thus we discussed the topic on as to were they actually Hindus or what exactly will come under the umbrella of Hinduism. Understanding? Let's get into the video. The Chola dynasty existed somewhere around 9th to 13th century. Okay. Now, imperial Cholas, we have discussed. Who are the important Chola kings? Vijayalaya, Rajarajavan, Rajendra Cholavan. You will see that in architectures, temples, Brihadeshwara temple, right, Airavateshwara temple, Gangaikonda Cholapuram, all built by Cholas, okay. Huge architectural wonders, gains India's prestige in UNESCO heritage list. Yes. See, Vijayalaya, the person who began the Chola Empire, the most prominent ones being Rajaraja Cholam or Rajendra Cholan, Rajadi Raja, yes, etc. Now they call themselves, pride themselves in being Dravidian, okay. Then they were worshippers of Shiva or Shaiva tradition, okay. Now when you say Cholan kingdom or Cholan dynasty or even Cholan empire, right? When you give a tag like that, okay, something will be unique for that particular set, okay. Now look at this. When I say Cholan art, architecture, society, religion, literature for that matter, they were all, okay, a culmination. What do I mean by this? See now, for example, their political aspects, alright, their religious aspects, they were interlinked. For example, Gangaikonda Cholapuram, yes, the name of a temple, the name of a city, it was a mix of a political success with a religious outlook. Gangaikonda Cholapuram is nothing but a temple of a city which was also of the same name, Gangaikonda Cholapuram, of the name. Basically a Cholan king who marched towards north, right? Now here the north is signified by Ganga, Chola and then Puram in Tamil. Puram means like a city or an area, okay? The area. So this signifies that a Cholan king marched towards the north and won over there. He attributed it by erecting a temple by the name Gangaikonda Cholapuram and created a city of the same name Gangaikonda Cholapuram. So basically they started amalgamating. Alright. Now what was this principal deity of this Gangaikonda Cholapuram? Shiva. Any of their temple, be it your Brihadeshwara temple, okay, or be it your Airavateshwara temple, or as we are discussing Gangaikonda Cholapuram, all are of Shiva tradition. So does it mean that they were only followers of Shiva? How were they with other religions? For example, Brahmanism, Jainism, Buddhism, by Brahmanism or Hinduism. See, yes, they paid large grants to Hindus or Brahmins. They did patronize these things. Okay, there is also occasional stories about Cholas, okay, where the fight is between Shaivas and Vaishnavas, between Alvars and Nayanars, right? Alvars and Vaishnavism, Nayanars and Shaivism, okay. This is also there. They have been patronizing the other sections also. So does that mean, okay, just because they are following this religion, does it mean they do not fall under this Buddhism? Or does it mean that because they are patronizing all religion, will they come under Hinduism? That remains a matter of debate. Okay. Now let's just look at how exactly their society transcribed, how Shiva was or Shaivism was important or integral part of their culture. Okay. Now look at this. Yes, territorial conquest we saw, but one thing with Cholas is that they had cultural conquest, or whatever we say, their influence in Southeast Asia, right? One of them was also religious. One of them was also cultural. Okay. Now one such very important or unique feature about Cholan architecture is their bronze statues. They use lost wax technique. Yeah. Now see, lost wax technique, see, they created bronze statues. Okay. Now there was something called as deity procession. They would take deities out from the temple, okay, and then get it all throughout the places, right, and then bring it back to temple. Such idols were called as Utsava Murtis. Okay. Now this bronze, okay, These bronze idols were used for that because the main central deity could not be moved around like that. Okay, thus the concept of bronze idols, it reached explicit exemplary art form. How? Look at the detailing, look at the picture here. Okay, look at the detailing, every single detailing, okay, is very apt. Now, even in their bronze idols, it's not that they just created idols, they added a sense of spirituality. What do I mean by bronze idols? Yes, these are deity idols. Obviously, they will have spirituality, but what else did they add? What was the symbolism behind it? Okay, look at this. The dancing Nataraja, or the Nataraja here means Shiva. The Ananda Tandava Shiva. Ananda Tandava indicates a happy dance Shiva. Okay, here see the symbolism associated. This is a bronze statue of Cholan period, but look at the symbolism. One hand points upwards, one hand points downwards. Shiva's hairs are flying loose. Okay, one hand is holding or crushing the symbolism of something called as desire. Okay, look at this thing. Apasmar, the demon symbolizing desire, indicating this is symbolism. We conquer our desire. Okay. Now, this, when we say one hand is raising towards sky, hairs are flying loose, indicating air component, basically the nature. Okay. The nature is culminated with divinity. And this forms a large form of their understanding, a large form of their society. Basically, we have seen any art, architecture, okay, literature of that period of time indicates how the society was. Okay, at this point of time, society believed in this. Okay, something called as Maya, something called as desire. We have to step on that. We have to come across that. Okay, we have to step up against that. Okay, not just that, see their association with associating spirituality and nature, divinity and nature. Okay, here the divine, the form he is given is in the form of Shiva. Okay, now there is this concept called as Chidambara Rahasyam. You would have seen a lot of serious plays, okay, having no semblance to this, but apparently there is a myth associated with this place. Okay, apparently Chidambaram is a place which has a secret. Okay, that secret remains unknown to this day, and no one knows what exactly the secret is about to. Okay, now each people start giving each version. Some say it is more mythical, some say it is more spiritual. Okay, but you just know that there is something of this concept associated here. Okay, now we have been discussing seeing Shiva. Okay, Shiva played a very central role in Cholan Empire. Okay, Shiva worship played a central role in the Cholan Empire. Now the debate is whether worshipping Shiva or Shiva, okay, does it form central integral nature of Hinduism? That depends. Alright. What exactly forms the ambit of Hinduism? Or is Hinduism an amalgamation of other religions? Okay, or other faiths? That is also a matter of debate, right? When you say Hinduism, there are a lot of people who argue Hinduism is not just one religion, it is an amalgamation of faith, multiple faith. When they say faiths, right, that faith could be Shaiva, could be a faith, right? Alvar could be a faith, or Vaishnavism could be a faith, right? Multiple faiths, will that form Hinduism, or just worshipping only certain section of gods form Hinduism? That remains the question. Okay, what forms Hinduism is not clear, right? No one has predefined what is Hinduism. No one has predefined that whether if you believe in certain religion, will you fall under that or not. No one. Now, just because you worship one faith doesn't mean you have to be a part of another faith, right? This could be a separate sect too. This could be a separate sect too, or this could be a subsect of this, or even this could be a subsect of this, right? That doesn't matter, because no such clear definitions have been there in history, nor even by the religion. Alright, under that atmosphere, clubbing something into one. Okay, you are worshipping this, so you will automatically come here. No, you have a different faith, you have a different set of belief, you have a different set of faith, you have a different set of belief. It is fine. Because India, if anything, it is a multi-sect, multicultural unity. Okay, a lot of heterogeneous compounds come together to form a homogeneous India, and thus our diversity. When we say diversity is our unity, then it should mean in this aspect also. As we discussed earlier, the Chola architecture, they were the temple Dravida architecture. If we say Chola architecture, it means Dravida style of temple architecture. It reached zenith. Okay, zenith during the period of Cholan architecture. This is your Airavateshwara temple, which means the symbolism of Airavat. Okay, elephant. Okay, this is the temple is built also almost like a chariot. See, look at here, this portion. Okay, now and one more thing about Cholan period is that the symbolism or usage of animals is also, okay, is at larger scale. For example, Nandi, alright, elephant, Nandi bull, right. Now this is your Tanjavur Periya Koil, or I am actually asking you, or what is this? I'm not hearing. It's fine, I can't hear, but you can just tell it. What is this? Brihadeshwara temple. The most unique feature is this part. The entirety of this was carved out of a single stone, which was done outside, and a lot of railing was laid, okay, just so that they can bring it and put it back here. Imagine climbing all these things. How exactly would have put this? They didn't have choppers to airdrop it. Yeah, how exactly would I put that? That makes this an architectural wonder. Apart from just seeing them as faith, apart from just seeing them as they belonging to one religion or not, you can celebrate the diversity. Right? Chola is Hindu or not? Chola is Shaiva or not? Chola forms an integral part of Indian history, Indian art, Indian architecture. Okay, so there is no issue or wrong in celebrating the diversity, okay, of a dynasty rather than trying to club them for convenience. Understanding? Now this is your Gangaikonda Cholapuram, like we previously discussed, a political conquest, right? A political conquest with religious overtones was the culmination of Gangaikonda Cholapuram. Okay. Now, Cholan period has huge amount of history, art, architecture, and one such associated fact is your literature. Literature at times we see are very secular in nature, okay, and which is suitable to their version of society. For example, look at this picture here. This is a depiction for a scene from Kamban Ramayanam or Kambar Ramayanam. Okay. Kambar is a poet who wrote Ramayanam. Okay, here it says that it is not a mere translation of Valmiki's work, but it has been adapted to the society of that period of time during the Cholan period. Kambar Ramayanam shows a very interesting thing. Okay, it shows the heroism of Ravana. Okay, and dedication and devotion of Rama. Okay, here the symbolism is changed apart from a mere translation. The symbolism here of Ramayana has changed. At this point of time, this also is a work. This is also a work which indicates how the society was at that point of time. Okay, there are multiple engravings in temple that we spoke, architecture, where how the Cholan cities which flourished and how did they reduce, right? Indicating how the society was at that point, rather than strictly curbing them, whether they belong to Hinduism or not, whether they were strictly ardent Shaivite followers. The society was not entirely religious, even though they religious overtones in almost everything, but they were not entirely religious too, right? They had certain set of secular elements in there. Look at this, they were secular in form, religious in spirit. understanding there were secular overtones also. Alright, they patronized all, indicating Brahmins, Buddhists, Jains. Okay, now if we form the subsect, Shaivas, their major mode of worship, belief, faith, all those will come into this. Now look at this. This is where our controversy is coming. This is a scene depicting from Ponniyin Selvan. So the name says Ponniyin Selvan, indicating there's a woman by name Ponni, her son Selvan. Selvan means her son. So this is a story about a woman's son. Okay, nothing but a Cholan king. Alright, this Cholan king, whether he is a Hindu, whether he is a Shaivite, or whether he is any other sub tags that will add along, he is still a very crucial, integral part of Indian art, architecture, and history. Okay. Now, if you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends. Thank you.